Mm. Hey, welcome back to the Time Catch App channel where we talk about all things consulting, contracting, freelancing. In this video today, I want to talk about 5 things you can do to improve your hit rate. And if you watch to the end of this video, I will give you a bonus tip as well. Okay, so consulting organizations or consultant, if you're a single consultant, what do I mean by that? We're really working on those consulting activities that are project based. So if I'm a single consultant, I would have a project for a client that come to me, ask me to do a specific type of activity. I would do that and I'll get paid, or I can get paid as milestones and so forth. All right, so these are really proposal-based works. They're not long-term, I do whatever the client asks me to do. Contracting work, you typically win more through a job interview process than you do through providing specific solutions. So in this case, we're talking about providing solutions, which by the way, would also include a staffing solution or a technical solutions or those sort of activities which typically you think of as contractors, but they're really acting more like consulting. So that's what we're dealing with in this topic today. Okay. I have run consulting organizations and I have written hundreds of proposals. In my last role, I more than doubled the win rate of the project work over the last 2 years of the organization I was leading. All right, and I did that by following the principles in this video and other videos. And you can do it too if you follow the same principles. The advantage of doing these activities, the way I'm suggesting, is that you're going to win a higher percentage of the work that you bid on. This is not really getting more bids, it's winning more of the work you actually bid on. And over time, because you're winning more, your revenue is going to be increasing. So you need to bid on less projects. And it doesn't mean you're going to win every time. In the last consulting organization I led, when I started there, took over the leadership, it was winning about 30%. And when I left, we were winning about 80%. So that was a large increase. It's not 100%, but 80% is really, really good. So I'm going to take that. All right, so that's the direction we're going. Now, your results may vary a little bit. The percentages may vary depending on how competitive your situation is, but the direction will be correct. Now, stick to the end for a bonus tip. Plus, I'm also going to describe to you how to get a free proposal checklist, yours, just for asking for it. So stick to the end for that. And before we start on this, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us to grow, to reach more people, and to provide more content like this. All right, so let's get into it. What are the 5 tips to improve your hit rate? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so what is the hit rate, though? Before we start that, what is the hit rate? The hit rate is the proportion of projects that you bid on that you win. The higher the hit rate, the better, right? It can be as low as 0%. I don't win anything. It can be as high as 100%. I win everything. Most people will fall in between. And in fact, you probably don't want to be in a situation where you're winning 100%. That would suggest to me that your prices are too low and you might want to increase it. I generally aim for 50-60% hit rates in my proposal work. At this point, I'd like to interrupt the video, ask you to please hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you can give us a thumbs up, that gives us more reach and encourages the algorithm to provide this video to more people so that we can continue providing content like this. And also, if you would like to increase your hit rate with good proposals, I have a proposal checklist. You can go to the contact page of timecatchapp.com. You can see it here on the screen. Enter your name, enter your email. In the details, put your free proposal template and submit the button, and I will email you a PDF with a checklist, 5-page checklist with all the things that you should have in your proposals and that you can customize for your own needs. All right, so what the 5 things I like to do. Number 1, have a quick response. When I get a proposal, I like to get response out to the client as fast as possible. Just give you an example of this. A client one time came to me asking for a specific set of scientific consulting work. I got the response back the next day. I sent a proposal back the next day. It had everything in it. And the reason I can do that is because I have templates here that I follow. And I just put the information in, out goes the proposal to the client. Really impressive. Now, the reason that's important is that makes you look very proactive. You are easy to work with. And by the way, in that particular client, they came to me on Thursday. I got the proposal back to them on Friday. On Monday morning, they said, do the work. Right? Especially if you're in a rush situation, you want to be proactive and being very quick. And oftentimes, the first person to get the proposal in is going to have the inside track to winning the work because you're the first one there. You're the one that they're going to respond to first. Okay, so be quick. Have your processes set up in advance so that you can be quick. Use the proposal templates that's available to you. Second tip, keep your budget small initially. Don't expand it to be all-encompassing. Start with the smallest you can to begin with to really win the work and then expand over time. It will expand. All right, in that particular project, I went in with a $125,000 proposal. After all the work was done, it was sitting at more than $1.5 million because it keeps expanding. Trust me, once you start the work, the client is going to ask for more, and they're going to ask for more, and that's always a good thing, right? And if you've written your proposal with bright lines for what is in scope and out of scope, you're going to be able to say, yes, I would love to do this for you. Yes, I would love to, but look, the contract says this, so we just need to adjust the contract. Good to go. You're just going to keep expanding. So you start off with a small budget initially, expand it over time. I've made a career out of this. It really works. All right, tip number 3. Ascertain the budget of your client in advance before you start writing their proposal. See what they actually have in a budget. You don't want to have a budget that's beyond what they can pay. You want to fit the scope of work into what they can actually pay. It will help with the win rate. They think that you actually understand them, that you're working with them, that you're being a partner with them. Don't reduce the amount of time you have to do the work to get the budget in. Reduce the scope of the work. Because you want to still do high quality work. You just want to make sure that with the limited budget that you have, the limited activities you have is going to fit within their budget so that they can approve it. Tip number 4, target what your customer wants. Don't give them something different. Don't give them what you think that they should want, what you think they should do. Give them what they ask for. You can always include the other activities in there as optional activities. At this stage, when they're first writing the proposal, I would not include the pricing for the optional activities. Keep it as optional and say we can price it later if you need it. That way you can fit within their budget. You start small. That gives you an opportunity to grow your project through change orders. And they feel like you're actually giving them exactly what they want. Tip number 5, AI is all the rage right now. Everybody wants to use AI. But don't throw AI in there just for the sake of throwing AI in. It's not going to help you win the work. And I just give you an example here. I was talking to a friend of mine who's working for a company who was getting proposals from big companies, small companies. The big companies were providing solutions and saying that they would use AI to do various activities. The smaller organizations that he was talking with weren't throwing the AI in, but they were really focused on solving the problem. They gave very specific solutions of how they're going to accomplish those activities and solve the problems for them. The non-AI solutions, well, they may have had AI in the background, but they didn't emphasize that. They really emphasized the solutions. Those are the guys that won the work. So keep them focused on actually winning the work by providing real solutions and solving their problems. All right, the bonus tip here. Use a proposal template. And here's a proposal template. If you sign up at timecatchapp.com for a free account, you will get the proposal template. And here's how I would use it. I would take the proposal template, I would modify it to suit the needs of your organization and set up your own template. And then you already have it, all the boilerplates ready to go. You can provide the proposals very quickly because it's already set up. Thanks for watching this episode, and we will talk again on the next video.